Hi, this is George. In this video, we are going to see why should I enter stock market. So, people generally in the age group between 15 to 25, they'll dream of getting a love marriage, and between 20 to 30, they'll think of getting into a dream job. And since 25 till their deathbed, they'll have an idea to they should have started a business. So, at least once in our life, we would have thought like I should have done some business in my life. So in this video we're going to see like how difficult it is to start a business rather than it is so easy if you enter a stock market, which is also considered as a business. So for starting a business, initially there is a concept called marketing mix, where is 4 P's: product, price, place, promotion. So in this example we're going to see mostly on opening a restaurant as a business. So in a restaurant business, a product will be generally, say you will think of, let me have a non-veg restaurant, these are the menus in this restaurant, say like biryani, chicken items, this that. And so for that, similarly in stock market, financial market also, you will have so many products like equities, derivatives, and forex, commodities, and so and so. But in restaurant, if you see, for preparing that product, you will have to hire a chef who you will be like asking him to prepare quite some dishes, and you'll be tasting, and you'll ask him to customize. You can put more salt in this, you can put more spice in this that, and you have to do so many groundwork and research, and you have to finalize the taste. But in stock market, that is not the case. This is like a standard product that is available throughout the country, so you have to stick on to it, so you need not do so much of groundwork in that. Then coming to price, say suppose you are selling a biryani for 200 rupees in your restaurant, you will be coming to the 200 by a little research, by like, see, in this area, okay, people can afford 200 rupees, this area's niche crowd, something like that, and whether people will be able to come here or not. But there it is not that case. It is like whatever is the market price, you are going to buy or sell. So that is quite simple there. And also coming to price, here if you see in a restaurant, if you like invested say 10 lakhs in that, and your the 10 lakhs for say 20-30 people can sit in the restaurant at the time, and now you wanted to say like, no, I will be like serving only 10 people or so, I want to start small. If it is getting success, then I will slowly increase it. That cannot happen. You cannot have like stocks only for 10 people. You cannot have like, I'll buy only this much of milk, I'll have only this much of chicken. Once if this goes well, then I'll slowly increase. No, that can happen. If a customer comes, you cannot say this product is not available, this product, then nobody will come back. So you will have to have the stocks, even if it gets expired, even if you have to throw it out, even if it gets wasted, you need to have those. But that is not in the case of stock market. Say suppose even if you are investing 1 lakh in your demat, if you already have 1 lakh, but still you can trade only for 5,000. And if you're making profit and if you're comfortable with it, you can slowly increase that to 10,000, then to 20,000, then to 30,000. So it is up to you. You can easily, like, however you want to do, however risk you want to take, in that way you can do that. That is the advantage of stock market over business. Also in business, say suppose you're selling the biryanis for 200 rupees, and it is already 9 o'clock, and you have to shut down the restaurant by 10 o'clock. So at that time you cannot just say everybody like, okay, now I'm going to sell the biryanis for only 50 rupees, so please come and have and go, or else it is getting wasted. You can't say that. But in stock market, say suppose something happen like a corona cases, or like a Ukraine Russia war comes, then you can just sell it off at the market price, and you can just exit. You need not carry over the losses. If it is if you think that if it is stays tomorrow, it will be a much more bigger loss, then you can just exit it. It won't be a very big problem. That the liquidity will be always there, that you can always sell it to someone. And place, the third one. So here you need to select where you need to set up the restaurant. You have to see how much is the crowd there, how much is the footfalls in your area, whether people will be able to come to the restaurant, whether it is a one way or two way, whether people there is a parking space or not. So many things you need to say, and whether you need to promote it online, whether you have to have Swiggy, Zomato, so many things. But in stock market, you just to see a right broker who will be like, what is the need you want from the broker. You have to select a broker, and you can just get started with it. And coming to promotion, if you're starting a restaurant, you might be like printing a pamphlet, you'll be distributing it to people, you'll be inviting so many friends, relatives, and you might have a ribbon cutting function. You will be like spending quite some amount of money in promotion. But here in this stock market, you need not have anything. Nobody needs to know that you're doing stock market. You can just do it in your home. Nobody will get to know unless and until you tell them. So that is the advantage here. And brand value, say suppose if you are starting a restaurant, you will see in that area whether there is any big restaurants there, is there any major player there. If so, then you will think of whether I should start this, because we cannot, like, there will be entry barrier always for small players to enter into, like, if you're challenging a bigger player there. So but in this case, you don't need to have any brand value. It is going to be the same whether it is you or whether it is Ambani. It is, the market is not going to differentiate between you and me. Whatever the money you are going to pay, this, you will get the same price of stock, even it is the same for Sachin Tendulkar or Ambani or Adani. So there is, you no need to have any brand value here. And running a business, so first thing is like break even is nothing but in how many years you are like whatever money you have put in, whether you are able to take out the money. That is like that is called as break even. So generally, say suppose if you are invested in a restaurant, you would have spent say 10 lakhs for overall, like for infrastructure, for setting up the restaurant, for giving it a franchise, for hiring people, for the running expense of like a rent, whatever expenses it may be. So it takes quite some years, like 3-4 years to break even. Then only your profit will start accumulating. So till then, it will be like your operating expenses it should cover, and with your margin you just have to like, you have to make the break even first to happen. But in this case, break even is like, say suppose you have entered the stock market and in a month or two you get to know that okay, this is not my cup of tea. Then with whatever amount you have, say if it is 1 lakh, then maybe if it has gone to 90,000 or even 60,000 or 70,000, you can exit and come if you want to. But in a business, if you have invested 10 lakh, you would have already done all the arrangements. It is not like in 2-3 months you will have 6 lakhs to walk away with that. You have to be there to do the break even, or it will be a very big loss. So that it's always a backdrop there. Then in running a business, you have to be in two places at a time. Say suppose if you are running a restaurant, I am a full-time employee in a company. So now if I want to do stock market, all I just need to have is like, I have to open it the stock broker app on a mobile, or I have to open in the browser in a new tab. That's it. But there, if you're having, then you might have to have a surveillance camera. You need to see how people are, whether your employees are working correctly, whether cashier is like doing the, whether he is billing it accurately. Those things you need to keep monitoring. But it is like very simple in this case of stock market. Then exiting a business. So you generally exit a business, whatever it is, when you have a loss. So in the case of say business, if it is a huge loss, or in starting only if you're getting a huge loss, then you cannot just like that you can go, as I said in before. You have to stick to it and you have to try to like make money. But here, if suppose any situation such as pandemic or anything happens, you can just throw away your equities or whatever the position you're holding, and you can just step back. But that is not possible there. And in both business and stock market, there won't be any regrets once you have done. If you are like, you wanted to like do a business and you have entered, in that case you are like, okay, I have tried and learned something, but I was not able to make profit or something. But you have done something, that satisfaction will be there. Then again then if you're like wanted to start again a business with a new product, say suppose your restaurant business has failed, so now you are going to move to a different industry. Say suppose you want to go into a salon industry, you are going to get a franchise of Green Trends or Naturals, or like if you want to get into a textile, you will go to a Max showroom or a Jockey showroom, or else to a footwear like Bata or something. So these are like, you might or might not go because you are already in loss. But if you want to go, then again you have to invest. Again, it is a whole lot of job to be done, and just starting from the scratch. But in this case it's not so, because in stock market only with your demat you already have so many products like equity. In equity only you have like intraday cash and carry, and you have options. In options you can have like a intraday player again, then short term player, positional player, weekly player, monthly player, long term player. You have so many products. Then again you can come to futures. If not, you can go to forex. If not, to commodity. There are so many products with only one demat account you can do. So at the same time you can do parallel business as well. So in this case you can have like okay, for a few months you can try with one product. Okay, this is not my cup of tea, you can move to the next one. Okay, I'll try this. Okay, this is also not for me. Okay, I'll try this. So you can try something and you can get to know okay which will suit you, and you can try doing that, and you can get profit and you can be successful. So all I want to say is like, you just come in a trial and error basis. You try your luck. You can succeed if you have the dedication and discipline trading mentality. Thank you.